Good morning, everybody. I'm here at Memorial Park once again in the woods, and we're going to be learning about a different skill today. In the past, we've been looking at mostly visual data and numbers and drawings and sketches and diagrams and things like that. Today is going to be all about sound. So, the overall goal for today is that we're going to create something called a soundscape map. A soundscape is kind of like a landscape. It's a wide zoomed out view, but in this case it's going to be a wide zoomed out view of sounds in this area. The process is relatively straightforward. I'm going to be sitting here for a little bit listening to what I hear, just kind of coming up with an inventory of the sounds that I hear and what I think they are, and I'm going to plot them on a map that shows the relative location of where those sounds are. So on my paper, what I'm going to do is draw myself in the middle here, just as a stick figure. Like that. I am facing roughly north, that's that direction up there. So I'm going to put north at the top of my page, so I have an idea of what I've got. And then we're just going to listen for a little bit and see what we can hear. So let's see what there is. High-pitched chirp of a bird right there above me. So that's one sound that I'm noticing. Pretty far off that way, I hear a bit of a raspy bird call. I'm pretty sure it's a nuthatch. I don't know how much is being picked up on the microphone right now, but it's pretty distant. So I'm gonna write that one down. Pretty far that way, way far away, I hear a pretty deep rumbling. I think it's some sort of heavy machinery. And you don't have to include just natural sounds in your soundscape map. And actually, if you can hear kind of like the backup beep of a truck. So some sort of construction project is going down somewhere over there. So I'm going to write that one down as well, just way off on the margin of my paper. I'm hearing the sound of a robin kind of back to the south over there, so I'm going to put robin noises in here. If you don't know, the bird call that you're hearing, you can just try and describe it. Is it a high-pitched chirp? Is it kind of a raspy sound? Is it like a call, like a bird of prey call? So just try and describe it a little bit if you don't know exactly what bird you are that you're listening to. And we can always come back and identify that bird a little bit later. Something you can kind of hear way off in the distance is just rustling in the leaves. I'm pretty sure that's from like a squirrel or something rooting around. I don't know that for sure, so I might just write rustling leaves and it's somewhere off that way. But once again, if I have a guess, I might write that in there. So rustling leaves, and it sounds like a squirrel kind of rooting around over there. You hear that raspy noise again coming from over there that I think is the nuthatches. So I wrote that down again, that it's coming from multiple spots. You can kind of hear there's two sets of those raspy bird calls. One's coming from over there to the southwest, and one's kind of over there to the northwest. They're kind of going back and forth, and almost makes you wonder if they are communicating with each other. So I might put that on there. That I think there's some nuthatch calls to the northwest and some to the southwest. Um, and I might put some arrows on there that just show I think maybe they're calling back and forth to each other. There's a chickadee that same direction. So there's a lot to my west. Not a whole lot that way, but a lot of sound coming from that way. So on my paper, you probably can't see it here, but this left side is a lot more dense because that's where a lot of the sounds are coming from. Very distant crows, way off to the southwest. There's a bird call. It was more to my north. Don't really know what that was. I'd say it's kind of a chattering call. Because right off the top of my head, I don't know. Might even be a squirrel call, but it's some sort of animal call, some sort of chattering off to my north there. There's a train. Not exactly a natural sound, but something I could write down. So there's a train off to the northwest there. I think we'll call it good for there. That's about 10 minutes of just sitting and listening, and I've got quite a bit written down on my page already. You can do this for 15, 20 minutes and just keep hearing new sounds, new calls, new animals, new construction noises, maybe. So this just gives you an idea of what the sounds are in your area. So this is a really easy thing you can do in your backyard. You could do this in a park. You could do this just in your neighborhood. So lots of places you can just sit for 10, 15 quiet minutes and just record what you hear. And when you finish, you get something that kind of looks a little bit. Let's see if it'll adjust a little bit. You can kind of see it a little bit like that. It's just a page full of notes with approximate locations of different sounds that I hear. So I'll take another picture of this. I'll post it at the end of the video so you can get an idea of what this one will sound like. It's much less complicated than some of the previous entries that we've done because it's literally just a little bit of a map with some descriptions of what I'm hearing. So once again, really easy kind of fun thing you can do, a nice, peaceful, quiet 10 to 15 minutes that you can just listen to what sounds that are going on around you, and how they're a part of the natural world. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you all hear and what you notice, and I will catch you next time.